Greetings, North American English studying several, and welcome to Voiced-Unvoiced. I'm Jim Snowden, and I'm here to explain some of the trickier areas of North American English pronunciation that can lead to miscommunication if handled incorrectly. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Many of my students run into difficulty with the difference between pronouncing can and can't. This is a tricky area of English pronunciation where the most obvious difference between the two words matters a lot less than you might imagine. Let's get into it. Most speakers assume that the main pronunciation difference between can and can't comes from the T at the end of can't, which is logical. I mean, it's right there, but in practice, it doesn't really work that way. The reason for this is that, as is the case with most other N''T contractions, the T we pronounce at the end isn't a true T. It's an allophone of the T sound wherein the T stop is made in the throat with the glottis instead of in the mouth with the tip of the tongue to the tooth ridge. It's the glottal stop T. The glottal stop T is a common T sound allophone, used in North American English in words like mountain, kitten, and important. If you're not sure what a glottal stop feels like, make the sound uh-oh. That catch in your throat when you make the sound uh-oh is the glottal stop. Now, when a glottal stop T follows an N, it tends to get really quiet, mainly because it doesn't have the same breath support as an aspirated true T. The advantage of this is we don't spit on people when we say words like can't. The disadvantage is that the glottal stop T can be hard to hear. So what do we do? Most of the time, the solution lies in the vowel sound. Can't is always pronounced with a stressed short A sound, but can is often pronounced with the A vowel reduced to a schwa sound. This follows the English practice of reducing the vowels in what are known as function words. Function words are those words aside from proper nouns and action verbs that are often de-emphasized so that a listener can pick out the most important words in sentences in conversation. They include pronouns, articles, prepositions, conjunctions, and linking and auxiliary verbs. Can is often an auxiliary verb, so it, like do, frequently has its vowel reduced to a schwa. So can will sound like this in most sentences. Kun. Try it for yourself. Kun. And this is how we separate can and can't most of the time. For example, here are two responses to a barbecue invitation. One with can and one with can't. I can come to your barbecue. I can't come to your barbecue. Notice how different the stress patterns are for these two sentences. In the first sentence, the acceptance, can is unstressed, kun, while come takes a lot of stress, can come. In the second sentence, can't actually takes on more stress than come does, can't come. So even if you miss the glottal stop T at the end of can't, you can still catch the difference in meaning and figure out whether I said yes or no. Now, is can never stressed? Words like never are dangerous in any language. There are situations when can will be stressed. If can is the main verb in the sentence, as in, yes I can, then can will be pronounced with a short A. But notice what I did there. I added a yes to the beginning of the sentence to provide a context cue. It's also possible that can become stressed if it's used to contradict what a conversation partner has said. For example, I heard you can't come to the meeting tomorrow. You heard wrong. I can come to the meeting tomorrow. So those are some exceptions to the general rule that can is unstressed while can't is stressed. One final note. Many of my students, having grown frustrated with can't, take to using cannot instead. This is not always the best move because even though cannot and can't have the same meaning semantically, in conversation they can feel very different. Going back to the barbecue example, if I say to someone, I can't come to your barbecue, the use of the contraction makes my refusal sound a bit more casual and friendly, even if I neglect to put a sorry at the beginning. But if I say, I cannot come to your barbecue, the double stress of can and not makes me sound a lot harsher. And I shouldn't be surprised if the person who invited me never asks me to a barbecue again. So unless harshness is your goal, it's wise to practice your can't and your reduced can, and save cannot for those situations where you really do want to be rude. For those interested in learning a lot more about North American English pronunciation, I teach a course on Thinkific that covers how to make all 43 North American English sounds called the Notes of English. Link in the description below. If you found this explainer helpful and would like to hear more about the English language, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I particularly want to encourage you to ask questions about North American English pronunciation in the comments. I'll pick my favorite question each week and answer it on this channel. Until then, thank you so much for your kind attention, and I'll see you next time.